If you're like me, there's something going on in your house where the walls don't look right. Yeah, the dents, the dings, the damage to drywall, whether it was done by the kids, done by the husband, or even done by storm damage. And you gotta get it right because it's driving you insane and you're petrified to make the call because the drywall dudes are kind of big and scary and what in the heck is going to happen? Brought a friend to meet you today, Angela Schneider from American Quality Drywall. Quality drywall from a sweet and comfortable person. That's what you want. That's why we're having the conversation. Angela, thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Drywall. You know, drywall, to be beautiful, is an art form.
Absolutely.
When I watch new construction, God love the builders, I'm not feeling there's a collection of artists in there who are just focused on causing my walls to come out smooth and true, and my curves and my corners to be neat and sweet. The passion that it takes to make the walls just sing is pretty deep, isn't it?
It is. It is. The finishing part of drywall really is a skilled art that not everybody can master, and it matters.
So the trowel, what music is playing in your head as you're troweling a seam?
The blues.
The blues.
Yes. Listen to it all the time while I work. Keeps me moving.
But it gives you the right rhythm.
It does.
It's you and your trowel in unison. It's like from Mr. Miyagi or whatever that fellow's name was in the Karate Kid. Wax on, wax off. And you're moving the trowel as you're moving the music. I love that. How many passes does it really take a skilled artisan in drywall to make that seam seamless? 1 coat, 2 coat, 10 coats? How do you know when it's right?
When it's new drywall, we can do it in 2 coats, as long as your bed coat is nice and full. That can work out that way. Other areas, it just depends. It can be 3 coats.
So as an artisan, someone who just feels the drywall, listening to the blues, how do you feel about putting texture on walls?
Texture on walls. Well, the thing about texture is it adds an additional, like a soundproof barrier to a room. And doing the texture, it's the same thing. You've got to find that rhythm, that patterned rhythm as you're applying it, so it's even and uniform throughout.
So texture can come in many different variants. A personal question, do you change the music for different textures because it's a different trowel movement?
I don't. No.
You just stay with the blues.
Blues is pretty universal that way.
Universal in drywall. When someone is doing ceilings, I'm going to ask you about personal preference. I don't want to jade it. Are you a smooth ceiling person or a textured ceiling person for your own eye in your own home and what makes you feel best?
For me, I would have to say it depends on the room.
Oh, that's such a middle of the road answer.
I know it. I like smooth ceilings in bathrooms. In kitchens, I do like it that way. I do like, there's so many different textures, and in Florida you'll find a lot of orange peel and especially knockdown on your ceilings. And that's great, but there are so many other kinds. So I think it would depend on maybe being open to other options than what we're familiar with here.
Really?
Which is something I can offer.
A unique texture that isn't in every other home in my neighborhood.
Correct.
I love that. You know, you said something that's important to me about texture in bathrooms. That smooth ceiling in the bathroom is much more preferred. It's easier to keep it clean.
Yeah.
All that texture is you accumulate moisture and you get moldy and funky.
Yep.
Smooth ceiling, looking sharp.
It is.
Looking sharp. So you can do a texture unique to my feel. What is if you're in my home and we're having a conversation about ceilings, finishes on ceilings, how are you going to draw out of me the texture that I'm going to feel right with? Are we going to play music? We're having a conversation?
Well, what I'd like to do is just kind of offer samples of different textures that I have created on like 2x2 pieces of sheetrock, so you can see it, you can look at it, you can touch it, you can maybe visualize what
change
that
it
might
in
look
lighting
like.
to really get a feel for
Correct.
it. And if you've created a texture for my home, specific to my home, if I end up with something went wrong, you can just turn on the same music and make that repair, and that's basically seamless.
Yeah, it's seamless, and we get it as close as you can. That's the thing with patchwork, especially on a textured surface. You get it as close as you can.
With the same person, with the same trowel, with the same mud, the same. It's as close as humanly possible at that point.
Correct. Getting the consistency of the mud is really key in doing patchwork repair with textured surfaces.
So I feel your experience level. I feel your passion. I would love to have you in my home. It's just a beautiful thing. What aspect of doing drywall, what things are you often asked to do and you shake your head going, oh my gracious, what are they thinking?
You know, I guess maybe I just don't look at things that way. People want what they want, and I do my best to fulfill that need.
What if they say they want popcorn? I found it. It's popcorn.
That is unlikely. I think most people want the popcorn removed, which we do a lot of as well.
Agreed. I was going to ask you that. So if I have this nasty popcorn ceiling, I can change the sound profile, I can change the appearance,
yes,
the cleanliness of my home. You'll rid me of popcorn and replace it really however I want. It could be smooth, could be a texture or a texture that's unique to me in my home.
Precisely.
It's fabulous. What is the website to get a hold of you?
My Facebook business page. I don't have a website up yet. It's just myself. And so my Facebook page,
How do I find
American
that?
Quality Drywall.
American Quality Drywall. I love that. If you're tired of living in a home where it looks like everybody else, if you've got damage in your home, Angela, she's going to come fix that for you, and you're going to take a frustration and turn it into fabulous. Have a great day.